Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kim Kardashian hits breaking point with Kanye, fears for her kids. Kim Kardashian has hit her breaking point with Kanye West. At this point, she fears for her children's lives. She is going to have to put her foot down and decide if he will ever be able to see their children again. Kim has had to pick North up early from visits with her father due to his inconsiderate behavior. This is not a surprise to anyone. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Kanye West is not the best father when it comes to keeping his daughter out of danger. There have been a couple of instances where Kim had to go and get North early from visits with her father. In March, Kim had to file for emergency custody over her and Kanye's children. This happened after Kim found out North was in a song with her father, but also with Sean Diddy Combs. Obviously, this was not a safe person for North to be around. However, she also had to pick North up early from a visit when she found out she was hanging out with Andrew and Tristan Tate, who are currently being accused of human trafficking. Kim Kardashian has hit her breaking point with Kanye West. During a live stream, Kanye got upset about not seeing his children. He was aggressively slamming his hands down while saying, "I'ma go get these kids, bro. I'm talking to the lawyers. It gets to the point where I don't lose my kid mind, where I got to get used to not seeing my kids." Kim is not having it with this. Kanye's erratic behavior has caused things to seriously deteriorate. At this point, Kim is afraid to let him take the kids out of her sight for fear he won't bring them back. She doesn't trust him. Kanye's angry outbursts are making her a nervous wreck, and she's afraid of what he'll do next. Kim will do what she has to in order to keep her kids safe, and she doesn't care how much it costs. It seems as though Kim is not comfortable with Kanye being around any of their children. She is going to do everything in her power to keep her kids away from their father. This is not out of spite. It is because this is the only way she can make sure her children are safe at all times. Kanye has been known to have mental health issues in the past. However, he is denying those issues now. What do you think about this? Do you agree with Kim? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Behind the designer handbags, high-gloss selfies, and relentless spotlight, Kim Kardashian is facing a personal storm, one that money, fame, or publicists can't fix. After years of navigating the emotional roller coaster of her relationship with Kanye West, sources close to the star say Kim has finally hit her breaking point. And this time, it's not about hurt feelings or reputational damage. It's about fear for her kids, their future, and the environment they're growing up in. From the outside, Kim and Kanye's marriage was a headline dream, a cultural powerhouse duo blending fashion, music, and media into a global empire. They were not just a couple, they were a brand, but behind the curated Instagram stories and magazine covers, the reality was far more complicated. Kanye's increasingly erratic behavior, particularly in recent years, has become a growing concern for Kim. What began as creative eccentricity, the kind of thing that made Kanye both fascinating and controversial, has spiraled into unpredictable outbursts, social media rants, and disturbing public statements. While Kim has stood by him through political campaigns, mental health crises, and public feuds, insiders say she now believes the cost is too high. Kim is exhausted, one source shared. She's done everything she can to keep things stable, for the kids, for Kanye, even for the sake of his legacy. But she's terrified that things are getting worse, not better. The couple, who share 4 children, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm, have long had differing views on parenting. Kim has prioritized stability and routine, shielding the children as much as possible from the chaos. Kanye, on the other hand, has often veered towards spontaneity and spectacle, which has led to tension. A recent incident, not yet public but whispered in elite circles, reportedly tipped the scales for Kim. Kanye, in the middle of what insiders describe as a manic episode, attempted to involve the kids in a controversial project without Kim's knowledge or consent. Though the project was quickly shut down, the breach of trust was glaring. She was blindsided, the insider said. It wasn't just about control, it was about safety, about emotional boundaries. She realized that this can't keep happening. It's not healthy for anyone. This isn't the first time Kanye's mental health has been under scrutiny. His bipolar disorder has been public knowledge, something he has addressed in his music and interviews. Kim has always been careful not to stigmatize his condition, emphasizing compassion and understanding. But as one family friend noted, compassion doesn't mean putting your children at risk. In her private circles, Kim is said to be deeply worried about how all of this is affecting her kids. North, now 11, is growing up fast and beginning to understand the complexities of her parents' fame and their struggles. She's asked tough questions, and Kim is determined to give her honest, age-appropriate answers. The younger children, too, are picking up on the tension. She sees how they react when Kanye's name is mentioned, or when he calls unexpectedly, another source said. There's a nervousness, a tension. Kim knows she can't ignore that. Kim has long been a strategist. Behind her public image is a woman who understands branding, timing, and the art of narrative. But this time, the story isn't one she wants to spin. It's one she wants to end, quietly, cleanly, and without further trauma. In recent weeks, she's reportedly increased security at her home and begun limiting Kanye's unsupervised access to the children. While they still have shared custody on paper, sources say Kim is taking steps to formalize boundaries that reflect reality. She's not out to punish him, said someone close to the family. She still wants the kids to love their dad. But she also knows it's her job to protect them, even if that means protecting them from their father. The situation has also prompted Kim to reevaluate her own life path. Friends say she's doubling down on her legal studies and prison reform work, looking to create a legacy rooted in substance, not spectacle. It's a pivot she's been preparing for, but recent events have added urgency. She's done being reactive, the source said. She wants to be proactive, for herself and for her children. Publicly, Kim remains composed. She continues to post curated content, attend red carpet events, and promote her businesses. But if you look closely, there's a shift. The glitz is still there, but the guard is up. The eyes, once wide with aspiration, now hold a weariness. People in her inner circle describe a woman who is healing, but also hardening. She's no longer willing to explain away Kanye's behavior or make excuses for broken promises. That era is over. There are also rumors that Kim is considering a tell-all memoir, not out of revenge, but as a way to reclaim her narrative.